The morning was quiet. Just another chilly Tuesday in the city until a desperate voice broke through the noise. "Please."
"I can't walk," whispered a trembling woman lying helplessly on the sidewalk beside her fallen wheelchair. Most people passed by.
Eyes fixed on their phones, pretending not to see. But one man stopped. A single dad with tired eyes, grease-stained hands, and a heart far bigger than his wallet. He didn't know it yet, but helping that stranger would change both their lives forever. Hey everyone, welcome back to your channel name, where we share real, powerful stories that remind us kindness still exists in this world. If you believe compassion can change lives, make sure to subscribe, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your support helps us spread hope to more hearts around the world. Now let's dive into today's story. Ethan was a single dad doing his best. At 35, his days started before sunrise and ended long after dark. He worked 2 jobs, one fixing cars, another delivering groceries, just to keep a roof over his 6-year-old daughter's head. Life hadn't been easy. His wife, Melissa, passed away 3 years ago after a long fight with cancer, leaving him to raise little Emma alone. Some nights, Ethan sat at the kitchen table staring at unpaid bills, whispering promises to his daughter that everything would be okay, even when he didn't know how. That Tuesday morning, Ethan was late for work. His old truck had broken down again, and every lost minute meant less money for rent. He jogged through the cold downtown streets, toolbox in hand, quietly praying for a break. Then he heard it, a faint cry almost lost in the traffic. "Please."
"Help me, I can't walk." He turned and saw her, a woman lying on the sidewalk, her wheelchair tipped over, papers and a designer handbag scattered everywhere.
Her face was pale, her hands shaking. Without hesitation, Ethan dropped his toolbox and rushed to her side. "Mom, are you okay?" he asked gently. "My chair slipped on the curb," she said in pain.
"My legs, they're paralyzed." "I can't move." People stared but kept walking. Ethan looked around. No one was helping.
Something inside him burned. "Don't worry," he said softly. "I've got you." He lifted her carefully, placed her back into her wheelchair, and picked up her things. Tears filled her eyes.
"Thank you," she whispered.
"Most people just walk by," Ethan smiled kindly. "No one should be left lying on the ground." She told him her name was Lydia. Her voice was calm but weak. Ethan noticed she was trembling, not from fear, but from exhaustion. He offered to wheel her to a nearby cafe to rest. Inside, he bought her a cup of tea, even though he could barely afford his own lunch. The two sat quietly. The silence between them felt warm, peaceful. "You're very kind," Lydia said finally. "You didn't even ask who I was," Ethan shrugged. "Didn't need to."
"You needed help. That's all that mattered." She studied him curiously.
"You're not from around here, are you?" He smiled. "Just a working man trying to get by."
"My little girl's waiting at home."
"I fix cars, deliver groceries, whatever pays the bills." Something about his simple honesty touched her deeply. What Ethan didn't know was that Lydia was the CEO of a major tech company in the city. She had money, status, and success, but not peace.
Not kindness, not until now. They talked for a while.
Ethan shared little stories. How Emma loved drawing rainbows on their old refrigerator. How he missed his wife every day. How he wished the world was a little gentler. Lydia listened quietly, her heart softening. She saw something rare in him, a kind of goodness that couldn't be bought. Before they parted, she asked for his phone number. "In case I can ever return the favor," she said with a smile. Ethan chuckled. "No need, just take care of yourself." A week passed. Ethan forgot about the encounter, too busy juggling bills and bedtime stories. But one Friday evening, as he pulled up to his small apartment, a sleek black car stopped beside him. Lydia stepped out, dressed simply this time, holding a small gift bag. "Ethan," she said warmly.
I hope I'm not intruding. He was surprised.
"Miss Lydia, you didn't have to come." She handed him the bag. Inside was a brand new laptop and a handwritten note that said, "For Emma, so she can dream big." Ethan's voice trembled.
You didn't have to do this, Lydia smiled gently.
"You helped me when no one else did."
I wanted to do something in return. That evening, Lydia stayed for dinner.
She laughed as Emma showed her crayon drawings and said she wanted to be an artist. For the first time in months, Ethan felt real joy fill his home. After that night, Lydia began visiting often. She joined Ethan and Emma for simple dinners or picnics at the park. Despite their differences, these one from luxury, one from struggle, they found comfort in each other. One Sunday, as they watched Emma chase butterflies, Lydia said softly, "Before I met you,
I'd forgotten what kindness felt like. People only wanted my money or my name, but you."
You gave without asking for anything," Ethan smiled. "You reminded me that kindness still matters." As weeks turned into months, their bond grew deeper. Lydia started a scholarship in Emma's name and quietly helped Ethan's repair shop get new clients. When he found out, he protested, but she just said, "Kindness deserves to ripple." Then one night, Lydia called him, her voice shaking. "They're trying to remove me from my company," she said.
They think I'm too soft.
"That I care too much," Ethan replied calmly. "Then prove them wrong and with kindness. Show them that caring is strength." The next day, Lydia stood before her board and spoke from her heart. She talked about leadership through compassion, about building success on humanity, not fear. Her speech went viral. She kept her position, but more importantly, she changed her company's culture. Months later, Lydia launched a new foundation helping people with disabilities find meaningful work. She named it the Emma Project, after the little girl who reminded her what hope looked like. A year after that cold morning, Ethan, Lydia, and Emma stood together at the foundation's opening ceremony. Cameras flashed, but Ethan didn't care about the attention. He just smiled as Emma, full of pride, cut the ribbon. When the crowd cheered, Lydia turned to Ethan and whispered, "You changed everything that day." He shook his head.
No, Lydia, you did.
"You just needed someone to remind you what kindness can do." Tears filled her eyes as she smiled, a smile no longer lonely or tired, but full of gratitude. And that's how one act of kindness on a cold morning turned strangers into family, pain into purpose, and loneliness into love. Because sometimes the smallest good deed can create the biggest change. You never know whose life you'll touch, or how they might change yours in return. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to your channel name. Tell us in the comments, when was the last time someone showed you kindness, or when did you help someone just because it was right? Remember, kindness costs nothing, but it can change everything. Until next time, keep your heart open and keep spreading kindness.